This again is probably for the shorter arm type guy, because again, I feel a little too restricted. I'm so long armed and munched up. But I got a guy that's got 32-inch sleeve lengths, and I'll work here. For an example, Incavilla worked here. You'll notice today as you watch him play with the Rangers, he still likes his hands right in here. We often get complaints from professional baseball scouts who say, boy, your hitters look a lot alike. The reason they look a lot alike is because they all use their legs, and it's a dadgum unusual that they do look a little different from other folks. We take pitches in our legs, and so many people take pitches in their hands, and we do look a little different. We are very disciplined because we're able to get information off the ball, and we're able to take some pitches. Well, most of this comes from dealing with the touch system because we're getting tension out of these guys' hands. We're identifying which touch system works best. Pete found this his best. He said, I can feel my hands here, Coach, and I can't turn loose without tearing my shirt. And he said, I know I'm giving up my power, but I can begin to feel that sequence. And we talked to Pete Incavilla, we talked about flow down, turn out. Stride takes me down, back knee brings me out. Take a look at it in your picture. Stride takes me down, power base, back knee brings me out. Boom. And he began to feel that connection. Stride takes me down, back knee brings me out, then release. Lever assembly's in position, then release. He gave him sequence and connection. Mark Poole played 5 years with Toronto as a catcher, hit .298 his last year. Nobody ever thought Mark Poole would play a lot of pro ball or play as a major leaguer. He's now back finishing his degree, coaching as an assistant coach at Oklahoma State University. I remember Poole when he first came to me out of Glendale Community College, and I'm a great believer in junior college baseball. Some fine programs out there, some fine quality players in junior colleges. We continue to recruit them. My 81 club had 9 different junior college players represented, 9 different junior college programs represented, and all were a game away from a national championship. So players are everywhere. We find Poole at Glendale Community College in Arizona, and he's a strong, squatty body type guy who just had a lot of action, a lot of casting for the bass, a lot of club head speed, wasted back in here, and he found it uncomfortable here, and he moves up, and all of a sudden right here, and bang, he found connection, he found feel, he found relaxation, and all of a sudden he found power. I had a guy that wasn't thought to be a great hitter, and yet he was a very dominant hitter in 1981. Caught every ball game in the College World Series, and Arizona State beats us, I think, 6-3, 7-4 or something for a national title. And Poole was really a force offensively, basically because of a touch system, just learning to get the hands in the proper area. Again, a short, stocky-bodied guy. Touch system number 3. In here, you will find a lot of people using this. And again, notice that this may be a little further back, midpoint, top. Now we're moving back, and we're just laying it on the shoulder. You'll see that a lot of major league hitters will just touch the shoulder and pick the bat up. They need that feel. They need to be aware of where the barrel is. So many of us don't know what the barrel is doing when we get into hitting action. We lock in on the pitch. We turn and look for the pitch, and we just forget what the hands are doing, and they get active and destroy any opportunity to be in sequence. So this is just laying on the shoulder and relaxing the elbows down. Stride, back knee, back elbow, come into the slot, release. 1, 2, 3, 4. Feel sequence. Feel it. Take 1,000 dry swings a day. Put it on your plan of action. Say, I'm going to take 100 dry swings before I eat breakfast, before I turn on the television set, before I call Sally Sue and ask her for a date. I'm going to take 100 dry swings, and I'm going to feel connection and sequence. Now you move into a little bit longer armed hitter. Touch number 4 is on the back of the shoulder. Below the point, not on above it, it's back here where I can pull against it. I can then turn and I can feel my lead arm pull against it, and it will stay in touch with the back of the shoulder until the back knee triggers. 1, 2, belly button to the pitch, bang. Okay. This is the one I would use, being this long arm. Longer arm hitters, Monty Ferris, who's a junior All-American preseason, 23 home runs last year. When Monty has a problem, we take him back to touch 4. Touch 3 example, if I go back a step, you watch Cal Ripken next year. Ripken will touch just before the pitch comes, he'll just pick it up. He'll touch, just pick it up. He may get quite a ways away from his body, but he always uses the touching action to keep himself familiar with where his body is. Touch 4, long-armed hitter. Touch 5, where you're trying to really get relaxation now. And I'm going to turn as if the pitcher is directly in front of me, and you're the umpire, and I'm going to point the bat directly back to you, and lay it in what we call a total lag, L-A-G, a total lag set. Now, I guarantee you I can't hold this with any tension. It's as totally relaxed as it can get. And I move to the ball right here. Boom. It is for longer arm people to feel the bat totally relaxed, pointed directly back to the catcher, and it makes the hands relax and just cradle it. Rod Carew used the lag set a lot. Great hitter with the Angels and Twins. He just laid the bat down, and then as he moved, he brought the bat into play, but he maintained relaxation. Movement in the hands is acceptable if movement is relaxed. It's not bad to move, but it's always bad to move tense. We see hitters jerk and spasm and grunt, and they always destroy some semblance of balance and fluidity and movement to the ball. This is a graceful science. It's a smooth, relaxed movement. Bang. Touch system number 6 is new to us the last 3 or 4 years. We take the back elbow, we preset it against the rib cage. Against the rib cage right here. Put the bat in it. This is power collector number 1. And we're going to just work from there. It's a little stiff, but for guys who have problems in burying the back elbow, I see my elbow come out back here. A lot of hitters bury the back elbow, or they rotate and they get their arms way back in here and they can't get them out without circling. Well, our touch is to get this back elbow right here, inside, already up the power alley a couple of steps, and then sit right in here, stride, maintain contact with the back of the arm with the chest area. This would be very difficult for some people to do, but not us skinny guys. And move to the ball and pop, feeling the pressure of the power collector stay that close. Now, obviously, in any one of the 6 touch systems, we don't necessarily want to leave the hitter there, but we have found great success with several hitters other than Poole or Incaviglia or Monteferris in getting in touch with the body, becoming kinesthetically aware of where the body is and what's being touched by the bat, so that they do not bring tension to the hands as a part of gears number 1 and 2, power base establishment and back knee trigger. We get those 2 babies going, and if you can just not kill the baby bird, the baby bird's still living somewhere in touch 1, touch 2, touch 3, touch 4, touch 5 lag, touch 6 back elbow against the chest. Somewhere in there, I'm going to find a workable area where you're going to be able to cradle the baby bird and feel sequence. Stride, back knee, boom. Bat's traveling through here.